Hey, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. Today I will be doing my March TBR. I have been really looking forward to doing my TBR for this month because I decided to do something different than I have ever done with a TBR before. So there is a trend that's been going around where creators will use a TBR jar full of TBR prompts in order to build their monthly TBR. And so that's something that I think I'm going to start doing. Before, if you watched my videos for my monthly TBRs, I would do one random number generated book pick and add that to my TBR, but I like this idea way more as a random TBR pick situation. I think it sounds way more fun, so that's something that I'm going to start doing. And so I made a TBR jar. This is actually a drinking cup that I got at a fair a few years ago, and I've been using it as a piggy bank. If you can see, there's like a slot up there. So I've been using it as a piggy bank, but I think it would be so cool to use as my TBR jar prompt thing. So I have a lot of TBR prompts in here to choose from, and so yeah, I'm going to use her as my TBR jar. She's just a cute little kitty, so I'm excited to use her for this. So in a few minutes, I'm going to start picking out some TBR prompts, but before we do that, I am going to mention the books that I do have to get to this month because there are books that I'm currently reading, and I have one book that's a part of a series that I, without a doubt, want to get to in the month of March, so I'm going to mention those first. Let's go with my current reads first. So the first thing that I am currently reading is actually a friend's manuscript. I'm not going to talk about it in detail at all because it's not published at all and it's not accessible yet. So I'm going to keep it on the down low of what it's about, but I am currently reading it right now, so I'm going to continue reading it throughout the month of March. Not going to mention any details about it, but it is a book that I will be adding to my overall yearly reading count goal. So I'm going to mention it here because it's going to count towards that. The second book that I am currently reading, I'm actually listening to the graphic audio of this one, and that is none other than A Court of Thorns and Roses. I have been wanting to try graphic audio for a while now, so when I found out that A Court of Thorns and Roses has a graphic audio book, I decided, you know what, let me check it out on Hoopla and I'll start listening to it. So I am currently listening to it right now, and it is so cool. Man, graphic audiobooks are so freaking cool. I've been really enjoying listening to this one. So I'm going to be continuing to listen to it throughout this month. And a book that is part of a series that I want to continue reading this month, I need to get to Onyx Storm. I had planned to get to this book in February, but I needed to take a very much needed break from the series because this is a very dense series for me. It's a fantasy, and when I read a lot of fantasy back to back, it starts to drain me. So I figured I should put the series off for just a little bit before getting into Onyx Storm because I didn't want to go into this book feeling drained off of fantasy. So I decided to put this one off for a bit, but I am going to get to it in March. That is my plan. This one is a priority for my TBR for this month, so I am definitely going to get to it. Now I'm going to get into the TBR prompts. So I think I'm going to pick 5 prompts and add 5 more books onto my TBR for this month. I think that's doable. There's no guarantee, as always, that I'll get to all of these, but I will definitely try my best to. I just don't know how long it's going to take me to get through Onyx Storm, so I'm a little worried. That's why I'm only choosing 5. I would choose more, but I'm going to try to make this realistic and only choose 5 prompts. Also to mention, a lot of these prompts have to do with my TBR cart right here. So I have my TBR cart here because a lot of these prompts will be prompts that have to do with my TBR cart, but a lot of these prompts are associated with my TBR on Goodreads as well. So I'll be picking some books off of my TBR cart and some books that are on my TBR shelf on Goodreads. So it'll just depend on what the prompt is, if that makes sense. Let's do it. I'm excited. I have a lot of prompts in here, so there's a lot of options to choose from. I got one. Here it is. So let's read it off. This one says, okay, this is a good one. Read a dark romance. That is something that I am always in the mood for. I love dark romances. I have so many options to choose from. I think I'm going to choose something off of my TBR cart. Let's see what we have here. I'm going to have to do a lot of moving around, I just realized. So all my books are facing the wrong way. So you don't know what all of these are, except for these ones down here you can see. But let's see. I know I have Haunting Adeline on here, and that one is a dark romance, so that one could count. So I do have Haunting Adeline right here, and I've been wanting to get to this book, but another book that I am low-key really wanting to get to this month is Phantasma, which I have right here. Is this a dark romance, though? I know it's been described as a dark fantasy, but is it a dark romance? I haven't really looked much into that. So I don't know. Oh my god, there's so many dark romances that I can choose from. I'm like overwhelmed. I don't think I have any other dark romances on here. Not that I can see. I think Haunting Adeline is the only one I want to say. I'm trying to think of any other dark romances off the top of my mind that I've been really wanting to get to. I know there's a lot, but I can't think of them at the top of my head. But I know that I've been really, really wanting to read Haunting Adeline. So I think this is going to be the dark romance pick. Yeah, let's add Haunting Adeline onto my TBR this month. I think that sounds really good. So yeah, we got Haunting Adeline. I've been wanting to read this one because it is so polarizing. Obviously because it's a dark romances, so it's not a book that's going to be for everyone. So I've heard polarizing things about it. I know it has to do with a girl who is being stalked, so I can get why it is so controversial, but it sounds like something I'd be into, so let's do it. I've been holding on to this book for so long that I need to get to it anyway. So yeah, I'm excited to read this one. Second prompt, let's see what it is. All right. This one says a title that has "the" in it. All right, this is one that can apply to a lot of books. Let's see what we got. So Phantasma does not count, does not have "the" in it. It's a one-word title. We have If We Ever Meet Again. That does not have "the." We have A Wish for Us. No "the." Okay, this might take me a while. I'm just gonna kind of go through these ones off camera. Let's see. We have The Dead House. I've owned this book for so long. I've owned this book since 2015. I'm not even kidding. I almost should add that one on. Oh, we also have The Night Circus. I've been wanting to read this book for a really long time. Let's see. We have... what else? We have The Bride Test. We have The Kiss Quotient. I need to reread The Kiss Quotient, though. But I don't really want to reread it right now. So The Night Circus I'm kind of leaning towards. I'm just wondering, is there any other books like on Goodreads, on my Goodreads shelf, that I could choose from? I'm just going to look really quick. I think I'm going to go with The Night Circus. If I can get it out. I think I am going to go with The Night Circus. This is a book, like I said, that has been on my physical TBR. I want to say... yeah, since 2015. Since 2015. I've owned this book for so freaking long. I think it's time to get to it. I've heard a lot of great things about this book. I believe it's sort of a historical, I think it's a romance as well. I think it's a historical romance, which is a genre that I don't always read, but it has some like fantasy elements to it. This is actually one of my favorite booktubers' books, and that is Thoughts on Tomes. She loves this book, so I've been really interested to read it because of that. So I'm going to get to it. We're going to do it. We're going to add it on. Really excited for that one. My eyelash is falling off, y'all. No. There's nothing I can do about it. Let's hope it's not too noticeable. All right. So book number 3, prompt number 3. Let's see what it is. A book with a cat on the cover. Okay. This one is going to require some searching. I wrote down that prompt because I love cats, so obviously I had to write down that one. This one is going to take some searching. I think I'm going to Google books with cats on the cover, and I think that'll help me narrow it down. I don't think I have any books on my TBR cart that has a cat on the cover, so I'm gonna go with seeing what's on this Goodreads list and see if we can find a book that I'm interested in. Okay, I have an idea of a book. I can't remember what it's called, but I remember there was a cat on the cover. It's a romance book, and what was it called? It's about these guys who are a part of like a romance book club, and I remember one of them has a cat on the cover. What is that series called? Oh my god. I don't remember. I don't remember what the book is called. Darn it. That does not help me at all. And I don't even think the first book is the one with the cat on the cover, so I couldn't read it anyway. I'm kind of struggling with this one. Let me look through my cart and see if there's anything with a cat on the cover. Yeah, I'm struggling. I think I'm going to put this one back in the jar and we'll come back to it like at another time. I kind of did not think that one through when I added that one. I figured there were more books with cats on the covers, but there's not really. They do exist, but the books that I'm seeing when I Google books with cats on the cover are all like middle grade books or like books about cats. Like, none of those interest me. So we're going to pick another prompt because I'm really struggling. So let's do that. A blue cover. So I have a lot of prompts that say a book with a red cover, a black cover, a white cover, like a lot of color-based cover prompts. So this one, a blue cover. So we should have no problem picking something for this one. So let's see what I got on my cart. See, I could read Unsteady. This is a book that I put on my February TBR, but I didn't get a chance to get to it, so I could pick that one. I also have Ice Planet Barbarians. I've been really wanting to start this series. Ooh, I also have Archer's Voice, a book that I have been really wanting to start, and this is on my 2025 TBR list of books I want to get to this year, so can choose that. I am leaning towards Unsteady because I really want to read this book. I think we're gonna choose Unsteady because I meant to get this book last month and I didn't get a chance to, so it makes sense to add it onto my TBR for this month. So yeah, let's add it on. This one is a adult romance that follows two skiers and they fall in love, and that's all I know. So it sounds really good. So we have 3 books. We need 2 more prompts. So the fourth one, a title with a buzzword. Okay. A title with a buzzword. There's so many buzzwords out there. What are the most popular ones? I feel like if I just browse, I could find one. So let's see what we got. Prince is kind of a buzzword. I could read Captive Prince. I've been really wanting to start this trilogy. I'd say Prince is a buzzword. So that's an option. I'm not seeing any other buzzwords on here. This is my personal opinion. I think Prince is a buzzword. So let's go with this one. This one is, I know it's a very taboo book. It follows a prince and his slave and them falling in love with each other. So I figure this one deals with like Stockholm syndrome in a way. So this one, I don't even think it's a romance because it deals with a relationship that is so tense, and I don't know if it has like a HEA at all. So I don't really know what to expect going into this one. Yeah, I'm interested in it. We'll just see how it goes. Alrighty, so we're going to choose one more prompt. Let's see what it is. And the last prompt is a book that was popular when you first started BookTube. Okay, so this book is going to be most likely a young adult book because when I first started BookTube in 2015, everyone was reading young adult. There was not a lot of discussions around adult books yet. So let's see what I got. So the first book on here that I know was very popular when I first started BookTube is Snow Like Ashes. This book was everywhere when I first started BookTube. I believe it's a young adult fantasy. I have been hesitant to pick this one up though because I'm not sure if it will be something that I like now. So I'm kind of like, I still am hanging on to it, but I don't know if I like it. Let's see what else I got, though. So The Dead House was pretty popular when I first started BookTube. I'm going to look up books that were released in 2015, because that's when I started BookTube, and see what comes up. Actually, I'm going to look up adult romances that were released in 2015. because nowadays I am just not inclined to pick up a lot of young adult. So let's see what comes up when I search that up. So the first few books on this list are ones I've actually already read. Let's see. Never Never by Colleen Hoover. Ooh, I still need to read that. That book was pretty popular when I first started on YouTube. So that's one. We have Cult Tea by Mariana Zapata. I've been really wanting to check out her books, but I know they're very long. And I'm already reading Onyx Storm this month. So I want to read another long book? I don't know. I think I'm going to go with Never Never because I'm really trying to get through all of Colleen Hoover's books. So it'd be really nice to put one of her books on this TBR. So let's go with Never Never. I do own the book, but it's on my bookshelf out in my room. So I do own it, but I can't hold it up here, but I will add it on. So I can't even remember what this one is about. So I figure I will know more of what it's about when I go into it. So I am really looking forward to it. So there it is. Those are the books that I plan to get to this month. So let's go over them again. So like I said from the start, I need to finish my friend's manuscript this month. I also need to finish my audiobook of A Court of Thorns and Roses. And I also want to read Onyx Storm. Then we have my TBR jar picks. So we have Captive Prince. We have Unsteady, we have The Night Circus, and lastly we have Haunting Adeline. So that's a pretty good chunk of books. Again, no promises that I'll get to all of these. I will say out of my TBR jar picks, the ones that I think I'm going to prioritize, I think the main one is going to be Haunting Adeline, and then you can just tell that I'm in a like really dark romance mood because Captive Prince is also a dark romance. So I also think I'm going to prioritize this one as well. And we'll see if I get to the others. So yeah, I'm excited to see how my reading for March goes. Hopefully it'll be a success. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know if you've read any of these books and what you thought of them. I would really love to know. And I'll be back next week with a new video. Bye.